Breaking cold snap this week destroyed pecan crops across Oklahoma.
But even losing nearly all of his crop is not going to stop a 100-year-old farmer from doing what he loves. News on 6's Amy Slanchik has a story.
In the southeast corner of Creek County, just a few miles outside of Bristow, sits a paradise of pecan trees on Joe Isles' land. The 100-year-old still drives around his farm where he's worked for the last 70 years and still does the patient work of grafting his trees. Joe is a big OU fan.
By the way, I have not given up on our football team.
And he hasn't given up on his pecans either.
It got down to 20 degrees here.
Joe has about 2,200 pecan trees out here, and he says despite the drought, this season would have produced a good harvest. But the overnight frost earlier this week destroyed about 95% of his crop. It's not a total loss. Joe found a tree with some pecans that made it through that bitter cold night.
And the shuck is split, and we're hoping that when we harvest it, they'll come out.
The World War II veteran served in the Marine Corps and fought in the Battle of Iwo Jima. He doesn't like to talk about the war, but rather the life he made for himself after. In his 30s, Joe started working in the pecan business. His family says he went on to be the first 3-term president of the National Pecan Shellers and Processors Association. Joe used to sell pecans to Bama Pie and Brahms.
We planted most of these trees from seed. And so we've been a long time developing up to where they are now.
7 decades later, he's looking ahead to the future.
There's been more good than there's been bad. And at the end of the next 70 years, I'll tell you how good that's been.
Near Bristow, Amy Slanchik, Oklahoma Zone, News on 6.